Welcome, lovely soul friend. Lovely soul friendito burrito. Lovelito soul friendito burrito. Today is today, and that's great. And today is the greatest day I've ever known. No, but really, I have forgotten to kind of review. I've been so busy on exploring, I guess, our own planet and its dimensions and everything that we're doing here, that I've kind of, I think, avoided the outer space and our cosmic origins, our cosmic families, and the outer planetary stuff. So today I was thinking that I should probably share you and kind of intrigue you into discovering, into creating a closer connection to your own cosmic family. Because if you're here, if you're kind of resonating with these frequencies of mine, I bet you do have a cosmic guides and cosmic family, and because really for souls such as us, we are here on a certain spiritual track mission in which our incarnations highly differ from those maybe of those people who are closer to the collective, or closer maybe to the planet, because there's like a human collective of souls which is more kind of they're together, and then there's souls, a lot of souls that are here that are kind of from elsewhere in general, just like from elsewhere, but they are here also going through their journeys, and so they are injecting their own energy into the native earthly consciousness, right? That's like a generalized way to explain it, to say that. And well, I wanted to share a frequency that is close to me, that is a frequency that is close to playfulness, inner child magic, and overall consciousness magic, creation, energy weaving, and that is the race, which is here. The first time I tapped into this race, even though that I kind of felt this energy all my life, at least I feel so, I believe so. But the first time that I got a picture to what I was feeling was discovering Elena Danan's book on alien races. If you want to check out Gift from the Stars. But basically, this race here, look at this creature. So in the book they are described as Entori or Endorians on the planet Endora of the Antarian system, which is from the Scorpius constellation. So if you find in your sky, or using an application like Skywalk, a Scorpius star system, and you find this star Antares or Antarian, so it's the star Antares maybe? Yes, it's the star Antares. So constellation, the star Antares, and around that star, just like our sun, there are planets, I believe. I'm not sure, I haven't like fully checked out, so I'm not sure. Each star system is different. There are star systems with 2 stars, right? So yeah, double star systems. Okay, so from Antarian system lives a magnificent race, the Entori. They are beautiful 9th and 11th density extra dimensional beings who never leave geographically their planet, but travel a lot using interdimensional consciousness resonance. Their structure is humanoid based but purely etheric. There are very few races in this galaxy who have reached such levels of evolution, and Entauri are one of them. If I mention them to you, it is because they brought their attention to your planet in the desire to help the forces of light and evolution. We sometimes work with them, we being the Galactic Federation of Earth. No, Galactic Federation of... I forgot. Galactic Federation of... What was the full name? Galactic Federation. We sometimes work with them, and I saw one of them once. It was a life experience I will remember. Sorry for kind of mumbling, but yeah, they manifest as a bright light with filaments of etheric substance dancing around and barely blinding bright, tall humanoid body. So just like this. They're dancing, they have like light energy, right? So because they're in higher density, they're higher dimensional, they can manipulate existence, the ether, in pretty much any way, kind of. This is what we're talking about, humanity once will reach a state in which we can kind of manifest things out of atomic structure, kind of like being like, and there's a cup in my hand, whatever. Your shape-shifting consciousness, the whole consciousness and shaping form. They are so powerful. Your Terra Guardians, such as Kaerion, are of the same nature. So their world is a ninth dimensional otherworldly place exempt of gravity. So gravity doesn't exist. Where mountains float in ethereal oceans of currents of light and moving translucent creatures. There are many other life forms on their planet, and all living from 9th to 11th density. Imagine the submarine life in your Terran oceans, but made with lights, colors, ethereal matter, in floating and gracious dancing moves. This is where they live, a perfect world. They help the Galactic Federation of Worlds in elevating and cleansing the grid of your planet. Their etheric, shimmering, colorful ships are always astonishment to watch, moving discoidal light vessels. So the light vessel is behind kind of the classical, elliptical shape or something like that. And basically last year, so as I was kind of connecting more, and even like 2 years ago, I think I was doing like a traveling to that planet, astral traveling, and meeting and seeing and being taught, being shown how to create these spheres of light, it's amazing. It's totally a different reality. And last year I was just doing like with my pencil, kind of channeling from the subconscious, and very accidentally I channeled this. So this is my own channeling, and I immediately knew what kind of a being, what kind of a frequency was that. The way I channeled this was actually before this structural head. I was kind of just like doing these doodling things, doodling, just lines and doodling and all of that. And then I thought I'm just gonna draw like a random outline to all of this mess. And as I drew the outline, I saw the possibility that if I made like a mouth and eye here, that it would almost look like a face. And once I did that, I was like, oh my god, like how is this possible? I just randomly channeled this creature. It's just like in such a magical way, like it's there. I didn't mean to do it. And then so yeah, that is a small part of my cosmic friends, my cosmic family. And why does that matter? Why does that matter to me? Why does that matter to any of us in the evolution, in this path that we're walking? Well, because you see, we are here exploring a lot of principles and a lot of signatures, energetical signatures, a lot of things which belong to the earth, right? But from these different corners of galaxy, there are energies being injected which are of many different signatures. And if we combine these energies, then not just combine, but also learn higher ways of being, these mirrors in the universe, they are mirrors. They mirror to us what we were when we lived in Atlantis, when we lived in Lemuria, when we were in Hyperborea. So our superhuman nature is reflected in the stars, right? That's why it's always been about the stars for thousands and thousands of years. Astrological science and like Indian culture and in where was it, in ancient Arabia, or where they discovered these astrological. Basically, we have always found our reflection in the stars, and it isn't just like theoretical. It isn't just on idea level. It isn't just on kind of like astrological. Oh, if that is there, then that is there, and that's the energy. No, it is also on a physical level. It is also literally you having lived on different star systems, been in different societies, in unimaginable to our human mind ways and natures and different planetary laws, because here we have oxygen, here we have a certain amount of gravity, we have this and that and this, and there are settings to this game on Earth, right? There are settings, and on different planets you have different settings, so you have different experience, different life, different universal things that you learn in those incarnations. In the same way, so but basically this Galactic Federation of Worlds and is doing like there's like this mission, awakening Earth, new Earth, right? We are the star seeds, we are the souls coming here on a specific mission to inject, ignite different energies to help humanity to rise. And you having this strong connection to your cosmic family, which is kind of the most important, like your higher self, but your cosmic family, which is your central control system from the above in concerning your mission. Like, when it comes to you being here, doing what you came here to do, and as the central command, they're watching you, they're guiding you, they're helping you, they're assisting you. So those are the ones you want to have close to you, even though we interact with fairies, even though we interact with any earthly spirits and any spirits of good nature, hopefully good nature on this planet and so forth. However, it is not always that these otherly creatures have our mission for what we are here to do in their mind. So I view it as interacting with friends that could help you in many ways, potentially, sometimes the opposite. But when it comes to your cosmic family, they are the ones who are kind of participating in the same mission that you are, but from the other side, from the outside. So you're down here connected by the rope to your cosmic family, and this duality of both of you doing the mission. How many of how many beings are in your cosmic family doesn't necessarily matter. Could be relevant. I would focus rather on the energetical frequencies and what is close to you and what do you want to bring. Because knowing myself that I also for many years followed frequencies and signatures which were actually suppressing my true signature, and you take on those programmings, beliefs, and ways of being from the local from the local field. But you don't want to be like everyone else. If you're here, at least I would believe so, because I don't want to be like everyone else. Never have. Never have been really. So I believe that you're just like me in that way, to some extent. Because I'm crazy, but I'm crazy. But yeah. So the question of this video is, what is your frequency, your cosmic frequency? Where does your soul belong to? And even though these kind of beings are, I'm not necessarily saying that my soul belongs to them. That's not necessarily the origin of my soul, but it is a grouping of energy, grouping of consciousness in which I have been very close to. So it is very close to me. Yeah, because in general, Milky Way galaxy is not my home. It has been my home for a long time. I have been here in many different incarnations, and you can find actually that too on galactic astrological charts from Julia Balaz. I know she shares a lot of information on. She has like a whole. You can insert your data, and you can see like all the systems you come from. You need a little bit of like So you can check those galactic charts by Julia Balaz. Sorry, I had to cut the video. If you can, of course, always check in meditation simply by asking your galactic family to appear in your mind's eye, visually, and then seeing what comes through. I'm seeing Andromedan beings, so there's like 3 Andromedan guides. Somebody's from Andromeda. That's definitely something. Whoop. Ooh, Andromedans. We love Andromedans. They're nice. They're cool. Yeah. You can, I have myself, I have checked and investigated from many different sides and kind of glued and reviewed the information from galactic astrology, meditations, interactions. I've seen, like I have had visitations in the physical. What else? Dreams. Oh yeah, dreams. Unusual. Not like dreams. These are activated dreams. Activated dreams when a being, basically being has manifested in my room, activated. I have been still awake and something has been activated in my body, and and then this kind of a lucid dream starts. But it isn't just like exactly lucid. It's more like this is like next level from lucid dreaming, because I felt that something was activated in my body, in my back, and I suddenly thrown into this dream, which was me being in my house, and it wasn't like a dream. It was like nothing I have ever experienced before, and I have had lucid dreams, but this was like higher activation. These are like prophetic dreams. This is like not just dreams, but it's like when your cosmic family wants to really show you something and wants to kind of give you like a push, like you gotta go through this experience. So that was something I would call a message in a dream form. Yeah, short experience. You can explore Elena Danan's work in her books, connecting with many different there's many different beings here, many different pictures from the Milky Way galaxy. So there's all sorts of beings here. Okay, not every one of them is positive being. But yeah, that's something you could explore to connect with them more. But really, like, it's not so much important their kind of visual appearance, even though it can help. What's important is that you feel them here, and that you feel them guiding here, because they are the voice that is always kind of giving you the voice that's giving you, like, do this, do that, maybe explore this, and then they create some sort of magical circumstances by which you happen to be somewhere, happen to hear something, happen to, it's not always them. There are many spirit guides that interact, and our ancestors as well helping us, but yeah, they most definitely are. Our cosmic families, they most definitely are very close to us in that way. All right. Well, what should we do? Should we like do a little bit of maybe in another video I'll do a bit of a review of, actually I had done, we had a game, we were going off planet. What am I talking about? So yeah, we have done that, but we should go into the Milky Way more often, into the galaxy, into the star system. There's so much to explore, so much to bring down from the universe into the earth, and it's so paradigm shifting as well, because even though if I know that a lot of people would have hard time to grounding this and believing and so forth and so on, but like, even as if it's hard for you at the beginning, and if you think about it, even as fictional content, like let's say it's fictional, let's imagine, you as the creator of your life can use your fictional content to change your life around you. If you're building your house, and in your imagination, in your fictional content traveling through the astral space, and you have seen amazing houses on different planets, and you're like, I want to build my house on Earth that way. Or you have seen another being in our travels doing things this way and that way on another planet, and I want to be like them. I want to be that way. Maybe, not completely, but to some extent. And in that way, you can no longer, like, how can you much longer be convinced that it is all fictional, that you see now the subtle nature, the subtle astral nature of our whole creation, the subconsciousness of the whole galaxy. Let's call it, it is the subconsciousness field of the whole galaxy, from which you can bring in this information and completely change the existence of this planet and the way this planet is. Because imagine, okay, you alone do that. You alone change your life, your car, your house, your ways of being. And now, what if 100 people do that? What if 1,000,000 people do that? That's a different planet, right? That's a completely different way of being. And yeah, that is exactly why. It's not just to have, like, please appear on my backyard, please appear in my garden, aliens, please, you know. But it's like, once you know that you are the element which stands between the current existing reality of this planet and between everything that you can receive as an antenna from the universe, and that you can choose to embody that, and that you can choose to allow that received signal from the universe to be exposed into your life, and that can completely shift everything. That can completely change the way we enjoy our existence on this planet and enjoy our life. So that's amazing. Okay, I won't make this video any longer. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for enjoying this space. I love you very much, my dear soul friend, soul friendo, dear friendo, friendito, burrito, and I'll see you later.